Now it's time for a battle between Coco and Tina.
Rooting for two different issue-making stars or groups, it's time for Star vs. Star!
So Tina, what's the topic for today's Star vs. Star?
Well, the hip-hop craze took over the K-pop industry by storm this year, with many hip-hop artists who beat top singers and groups, and they also dominate the music charts. So the topic for today is, who is the most successful hip-hop artist or group in October?
I know, it's gotta be Epic High, who returned after a 2-year break and swept the digital music charts from October. Plus, I'm always listening to their songs, and I'm sure you are too.
Wrong. It's Gekko from Dynamic Duo, who was the most successful hip-hop artist, and you could tell how he stayed #1 on the digital music charts for weeks with his solo album.
Don't you know that all of the tracks from the 8th studio album of Epic High stayed at the top of the music charts for weeks, even though there was comebacks from major artists like 서태지, Kim Dong-yoon, and G.O.D. Epic High debuted as a hip-hop trio in 2003. They gained a huge following with hip-hop songs that have poetic lyrics and unique melodies with mass appeal. They gained fame with their second album Peace Day and Fly and Paris from the third album, becoming consecutive hits. Their album sold 150,000 copies, which was a record-breaking number for a hip-hop group. They even swept numerous awards in the hip-hop category at various music awards, and they received praise as a hip-hop group that has mass appeal and musicality. They're an experimental group that has collaborated with various artists including Yuna and E-Hi, and helped to contribute to the popularization of hip-hop. There's no doubt that Epic High is the most successful hip-hop group on the K-pop scene. Don't you know how popular Epic High is overseas? A cable channel from the United States praised them, saying that they were the driving force behind the growth of the hip-hop community in Korea. They also became the first Korean hip-hop act to top the US iTunes hip-hop chart with their 2010 album, Epilogue.
I mean, Dynamic Duo received praise too from overseas. A columnist from Billboard actually said that they were the ones who popularized hip-hop in Korea. After making his official debut in 2000 as a member of CB Mass, Gekko joined force with Cheja in 2004 and released an album titled Taxi Driver under the name Dynamic Duo. It recorded the biggest sales out of all the hip-hop albums released that year, and it received praise for mass appeal and awesome music. He has popularized hip-hop by infusing it with other genres such as jazz and electronic, and after releasing his first solo album, Red Wing Grey, he soon took over his first place from Seotaeji and stayed at #1 for the longest out of all the groups and artists who reached #1 in the month of October. Gekko is popular as a member of Dynamic Duo and as a solo artist, and he's definitely the most successful hip-hop artist who returned to the stage in October. I mean, Gekko is experienced too, and he debuted way before Epic High.
He may have debuted earlier, but Epic High probably has more hits than him. And also, take a look at the charts right now. You'll see more songs from Epic High than Gekko.
You know what? I think it's because Epic High has too many artists featuring in their album. I think it's totally depending on the popularity of the YG artists.
Excuse me, it's not because of the featured artists, it's because their songs are that good. Whatever, I'm sure our Pops family will agree with me.
Fine with me. Anyways, dear to our Pops family, go to our Facebook page and cast your vote for who you thought was the most successful hip-hop act who remained to the stage on October.
So, why don't we check out the results of our last week's poll?
Sure, I can totally sense that I'm going to win this time, but the question was, who was the group that made the comeback with the best concept in October? And here's the results! I won, VIXX.
This is impossible.
Anyways, Coco, don't you get an instinct that you're gonna lose next week too?
No.
Anyways, well, I hope that you guys all enjoyed today's segment of Star vs. Star, and I hope you guys look forward to next week's topic too. Now, why don't we go check out a music video from VIXX, On and On, who actually had the vampire concept. Ready? Action!
She does it on and on and on. 날 부르고 돌아서고 있어. 위험하다고 말해도 들리질 않아. 분명히 나를 향한 눈빛 때마침 내린 달빛. 넌 모든 걸 다 아는 듯이 나를 조롱하듯이 나를 다 흔들어 놔. 또다시 울까 못해. 왜 이러는데 난 못해. 왜
난 너를 위한 장난감 목숨은 늘 간당간당해 불안해 확실해 넌 딴 놈에게로 갈아타려 해 오늘은 날 제대로 가지고 놀아줘 머리부터 발끝까지 전부 다 가져해 거칠게 놀다 버려도 다칠 준비 끝났어 Don't let me fall baby